Welcome to This Explainer. Okay, today we are completely looking past the hype. We're breaking down a really practical, step-by-step roadmap for launching a freelance content writing career using AI tools. If you're tired of just kind of playing around with chatbots and you want to actually monetize them, well, you are in exactly the right place. Because right now there's this massive shift happening in the gig economy. And honestly, the people who understand how to direct these tools, they're the ones capturing the market.
Look, there's definitely a lot of hesitation out there, right? People are constantly asking if AI is just going to completely take over the writing industry. But let me ask you this. Are you ready to learn how to guide AI rather than fear it? Because the freelancers who are really thriving right now, the ones building actual sustainable businesses, they aren't competing against AI. No way. They're leveraging it. They figured out how to make tools like ChatGPT or Claude do the heavy lifting, which lets them produce way higher quality work in just a fraction of the time.
Okay, let's dive into this roadmap. We've got 5 main areas to cover today, starting with skills and niche selection, then building a winning portfolio, moving into platforms for finding work, smart pricing strategies, and finally, the human AI advantage.
All right, phase 1, skills and niche selection.
So before you pitch anyone, you absolutely have to build your foundational human skills. It's really not just about pushing a button, it's about being the director. While AI gives you that raw draft, your real job relies on a highly specific set of skills. First up is prompt engineering. You can kind of think of it like managing a super eager intern. If you just say, write a blog post, you'll get garbage. But giving the AI a specific persona, a target audience, and clear formatting instructions, that's what yields those incredible results. Next, you've got to sharpen your own editing skills. The AI is going to hand you a clunky draft, and polishing it into something highly readable, that's on you. You're the editor-in-chief here. And finally, practice this across diverse formats. Don't just stick to long-form blogs. Practice generating snappy social media captions, persuasive e-commerce product descriptions, and high-converting email sequences.
But listen, all of those skills mean absolutely nothing if you don't choose a niche. Being a generalist makes it incredibly hard to stand out. Let's be honest, nobody wants to hire a jack of all trades to write their highly technical medical blog or, say, their complex real estate newsletter. However, if you become a specialist, client trust skyrockets immediately. You really should pick a niche based on your own actual interests and knowledge base, whether that's fitness and health, personal finance, software tech, high fashion, real estate, or Islamic content. Focusing your AI-assisted writing on a specific area proves to the client that you truly understand their audience's pain points and industry jargon. It's a total game changer.
Moving right along to phase 2, building a winning portfolio. Now, a lot of beginners get stuck right here. Why? Because they think they need past clients to build a portfolio. Actually, scratch that. You really don't. You can create a compelling, highly professional portfolio entirely from scratch in a single weekend. Step 1, just sit down and write 5 to 10 sample pieces across those different formats we just talked about. Use your AI tools, but heavily apply those human editing skills. Step 2, organize them cleanly. And hey, you do not need expensive software for this. A free Notion page or a neatly categorized set of Google Docs works perfectly because it makes it completely frictionless for a client to just click and read. Step 3 is entirely optional, but if you want to level up, you can build a simple, free portfolio website using tools like Card or WordPress. The big takeaway here? Clients don't actually care if a piece was published by a massive brand. They just want to see undeniable proof of your chops. Which brings us to phase 3, platforms for finding work. Now that your portfolio is locked and loaded, exactly where do you find clients? Well, your options vary widely depending on your comfort level. For a really easy, low-friction start, gig-based platforms like Fiverr are great for beginners because the clients come to you. Now, if you're willing to be a bit more competitive and write custom pitches, proposal-based platforms like Upwork can be incredibly lucrative, right alongside modern alternatives like Contra or People Per Hour. But please, whatever you do not ignore direct outreach. Finding local business owner groups on Facebook or connecting with founders on LinkedIn is an absolute goldmine. Think about it. A local plumber or a regional dental office might desperately need website content, but they don't even know what Upwork is. If you send them a polite message offering a specialized service, you're bringing the solution right to their digital doorstep with zero platform competition.
Next up is phase 4, smart pricing strategies. So getting in front of clients is half the battle. Knowing what to charge them is the rest. I want to anchor you with a starting price right out of the gate, $5 to $15 per blog post. Now, I know exactly what you're thinking. No way, that sounds incredibly low for the amount of work I'm doing. But hear me out.
Think of this as a short-term marketing expense, a loss leader. When you have zero reputation on a freelance marketplace, your primary currency isn't actually cash, it's 5-star reviews and glowing client testimonials. You're intentionally lowering the barrier to entry so clients take a chance on a brand new seller. The algorithms on these platforms heavily favor highly rated freelancers, so getting those first 5 jobs under your belt perfectly is absolutely mission critical.
But don't worry, you aren't going to stay at that $5 mark forever. Once you've gathered those crucial initial testimonials, you steadily increase your rates as your portfolio proves your worth. And more importantly, this is how you truly scale. You transition from one-off gigs to recurring revenue. Instead of selling one single blog post and having to find a whole new client tomorrow, you pitch a monthly package, say 4 optimized blog posts a month for a set price. This completely shifts your business model. It locks clients in, reduces the time you spend constantly hunting for new work, and transforms your side hustle into predictable, stable income. And finally, we arrive at Phase 5, the human-AI advantage.
This brings us to the absolute elephant in the room. Why would a client hire you and pay you real money if they can just go use an AI tool themselves? Well, the answer is actually really simple. Clients have a real, justified fear of AI-only content. When a business owner uses a raw bot, it almost always feels generic, it often hallucinates facts, and it kind of makes their unique brand sound like a soulless robot. It damages their credibility. But human plus AI content, that is the winning combination. Your unique selling point as a modern freelancer is that you use AI for the speed of the first draft, but you provide the essential human touch. You inject the taste, the personal editing, the tone of voice, and the nuanced fact-checking that an AI simply cannot do on its own. They aren't paying for the prompt, they're paying for your editorial eye and your rigorous quality control.
Just a quick but absolutely critical reminder before you launch your new services: always check the terms of service on the platforms you use and with the specific clients you work with. Many content marketplaces and agencies are really cracking down, and they require you to fully disclose when AI-generated content is utilized in your workflow. So always be transparent and play by the rules to protect the reputation you're working so hard to build. Remember, transparency builds long-term trust. Okay, we've covered the required skills: building that portfolio from scratch, navigating the platforms, the loss leader pricing strategy, and your unique human advantage in the market. The entire roadmap is laid out right in front of you. So I'm going to leave you with this exact question to get you moving today. What is your very next step? Will you go set up your Fiverr profile right now? Or are you going to open a Google Doc and start building your future?